Welcome back to the USA BMX National Series. Under the roof of Hardesty National BMX Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA BMX is excited to welcome you into their home here in Tulsa. As the months tick away and the days keep getting lower in that Grand's countdown, we're excited to bring you into the second half of the season with the USA BMX Pro Series kicking off here in just a little bit. We have an exciting weekend ahead, but first, let's talk to some of the racers, dive into the track, and see what the vendor row has for sale this week. Nate Loy, we're standing here in turn one, fresh from Louisville last weekend into Tulsa this weekend. What's on your mind as you go into the Stack 1720 class?
Did not do well last weekend, so really just to get over every jump clean, get in front of the pack, get a good gate. That's the main bit.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a tight pack down this first straightaway. What are you doing to kind of set yourself apart in that pack?
Really just getting out really strong, and then after that 30 foot, I'm moving over.
There you go. Well, we got obviously the 3 meter and the 8 meter. Have you hit this 8 meter hill before?
I have not.
Have not. What's stopping you?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, perfect.
Just me, I haven't done it.
It's a mental game in BMX, so it's definitely one to look out for. Watching races though, what do you think is the key points of that big hillside for these pro classes?
Again, probably the gate and really getting over the first jump clean. A lot of people case it. Yeah. The guys that don't, they're gone. Yeah, so really just getting over the first two jumps clean and then getting over.
That's awesome. Well, good luck this weekend, 1720.
Yep. Thank you.
Coming out of that first turn and into the hole shot straightaway, past these answer hole shot flags, we're going to be seeing those pro classes really try to stay low on that, both in the men pro on that pro side, women pro on the amateur side. While the amateurs and women pro will have to be diving low out of that first turn to not get hung up to dry on that pro set side. For those 14 to 21, 25 classes, that second straight is a must jump on the amateur side. While you can try to manual at the top of the class, we'll be jumping through, staying low, trying to get all the backside and not get bucked off into that pump. As one of the longer tracks on the USA BMX circuit, this third straightaway is no joke. Has a lot of jumps, it's long, your legs are tired. This is gonna be a key spot to make passes and set yourself up for that third turn. Out of the second turn, over that double, it really is a push through, keep it low, try to get every inch of backside that you can to set you up for the rest of the straightaway. We've seen some big carnage on this straightaway throughout the years that we've been coming here, and it's gonna be a make or break for those 6 and under novices all the way up into that pro class. We're gonna see a lot of action right here on that third straightaway. Into that tight third turn, it's gonna be a inside-outside battle, whether you have all the speed to drift a little outside or you got a little bit of a competition coming in that inside. It's gonna be exciting to see the action. Switching over to this fourth straightaway, some lines have developed since the last time we were here. It's the same jumps, but people are getting a little bit more comfortable, while the pumping the rollers and manualing the step up and double to end it off are some fast lines. You'll see some of those men pro and some of those older experts manualing down to the roller or jumping from the roller to the step up and continuing their line from there. Your legs are going to be burning. You're trying to save all that speed coming into the finish line, so make sure you never stop pedaling all the way through that white line. Across the white line and under the finish line trussing, you're going to have a lot of speed, so make sure to brake check, but also for those classes that are going to be involved in the transponder scoring, make sure you have your transponders from the registration window up there at the building, but also make sure you run it through those testing mats. If you're at home wondering, why do I want to know about timing? Well, you can look at the times yourself on our.scores.com or on the USA BMX Facebook page, where we have the leaderboard ticking all the way through the weekend. Shameless plug, don't forget to go on to polebmx.com to cast your vote for the 2024 Golden Crank Awards. It's going to be an exciting show in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the night show, and you won't want your voice to be missed out on the Golden Crank Awards. All right, welcome back everybody. Here with Cam Wood, two-time winner in Derby last weekend. How's it feel to be back in Tulsa?
Feels good, quick turnaround. Yeah, back-to-back race weekend. So yeah, I'm excited for a new challenge. Every week presents its own challenge. So yeah, ready to get after it and love this track, love this facility, ready to go.
Yeah, this is the second pro event here in Tulsa in 2024. What are we looking to improve on through the track?
Yeah, I mean, there's always something, right? You know, I think I was in a unique situation last time I was here at the World Cup dealing with shoulder injury. So to me, this is different, feeling healthy in a different spot physically. So I think the standard will be a little bit higher. But yeah, no, I'm ready to go. And obviously you have to stay on your A game the whole track here, busy third and fourth straightaway. And yeah, I'll just look forward to, just piece it together lap by lap and hopefully execute in the main.
Awesome. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sir, what are you excited for this weekend? Sir. Sir. Oh, the good food. All right. All right. All right, Peyton Ridenauer, we just finished track talk here on Thursday. Give us 3 pro tips to get around this track fast.
3 pro tips. Oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared for this question, by the way.
Stay prepared.
Pro tip number 1, stay smooth. There's not a whole lot of pedaling on the track, so it's definitely important to get the backsides. Pro tip number 2, be confident. It's a big track, and there's a lot of decision makers where you can either jump, you can manual, and you can pump. So whatever you decide to do, it's important to lock in on whatever that is. And I would say pro tip number 3 is just go out there and have some fun. For me, it's a home race, and my plan is just go out there, enjoy it with my friends and family, and have a good time.
Awesome. Well, good luck this weekend. You guys heard her. Zachary Sanders from Houston, part of that Alto Wrecking crew. Mm-hmm. What are you looking to accomplish here this weekend? What are your goals?
Get podium all 3 days and be on style check.
Awesome. This track is pretty big, but you come from Houston. You're used to those big tracks.
Yes.
What do you think you're bringing as an advantage here this weekend?
Be able to get those deep manuals and just jumping big, I guess.
That's awesome. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Be on the lookout for Zach this weekend. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yo.
This isn't your typical commercial, because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.
All right, let's take it back up to the top of the hill right now. Super X men. We got some of the ladies locked and loaded with this one. Merrick Backer, Presley Gould, Tyler Wagner, Chris Felker, Zane Stinson, and Marshall Gerke. Locked, loaded, ready to go. Super X. Welcome to the Pro Show. Here we go. Super X headed down that first straightaway right now. Got a pretty good shot going on. Felker, Gerke going to go side by side as they head forward. Out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Gerke ramping it up a little bit. Felker still right on the hip pocket as they head down that second straight. Stanson ramping it up in and out of turn number 2, down the 3 straightaway. Wagner's on the move, but it's all the major Marshall Gerke taking over the program right now down that 3 straightaway. Gerke getting it wrapped up into that last turn. Got this one rocked and locked on the way back through. Felker picks it up for the 2 spot. Down the last straight we go. St. Stinson, SeaTac Colors out of Washington coming back to the line. He'll get the 3. In the 4 will go to Wagner as they roll on through that first group of Super X. Headed back at us. Got another one locked and loaded right now. Corbin Jackson, Kalen Ferguson McNeil, Danny Waters, Colby Gunn, Jacob Kaiser, and Brendan Johnson. Kaiser got a big pop on this one. Factory send it, LSG down that first straightaway. Oh, Canada! Make some noise. Out of turn number 1, down the 2 straight we go. Oh, everybody's taking the low road. Gunn takes the high road. Let's see if it pays off. Oh, little bobble right there. He gets back into the game as they come in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Waters on the move. Down the 3 straight we go. Corbin Jackson hanging on to that 2 spot, but it's all Kaiser out front as we head for home. Waters trying to show him a wheel, trying to seal the deal on that 2 spot. Down the last straightaway, got a little extra pull on this one. Jackson comes back to the stripe. Going to go Kaiser for the 2, Waters for the 3 as they roll that one in. Got another rack of Super X men on deck right now. On your number 48 bike, out of Newcastle, California for Profile Racing, and Rowdy Holzer. On your national age group, number 11 bike, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, Wild Chili local, Andrew Sanchez. On your number 21 bike, out of Las Vegas, Nevada for LRC Mongoose, Savannah Stokes. On your number 32 bike, out of Gilbert, Arizona for Soletics, Damon Smith. On your 621 bike, out of Queensland, Australia for Rift Tangent, Australia, Zach Stopa. And on your 21 bike, out of Apple Valley, California for the S-Squared Factory Team, Aiden Regal. Rift Tangent, Australia, headed down the first straightaway. Got a pretty good drop on this one. S-Squared Colors looking for that 2 spot. Oh, crank it up with Profile. Got to be rocking Rowdy Holzer out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Everybody takes the low road right now, but it's all Stopa on the top spot. Running this one in and out of turn number 2. Down that 3 straight we go. Stopa, Regal, 1-2, Holzer. Profile Colors on that 3 spot. Sanchez on the move, looking for a low point on the way back around out of that last turn. Regal trying to show him a wheel on the way back through, but it's all Stope on the top spot. He'll run this one back down that last straightaway. Regal for the 2, Holzer for the 3, Sanchez for the 4, Smith for your 5. Where you at, Tulsa? Let's make noise for the ladies on the big hill right now. On your world number 6 bike out of Guilford, Indiana for the Huffy Corporation, Carly Kane. On your 43 bike out of La Mirada, California, Rockstar Rift Tangent. One of the rookie pros, Ava Corley. On your number 33 bike out of Fort White, Florida for Factory Syndic Fly Racing, Mackenzie Gayhart. On your 44 bike out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada for Daylight Cycles, Molly Simpson. On your number 256 bike out of Surprise, Arizona for Factory Supercross, Lexus Colby. On your number 4 bike out of Tucson, Arizona for Biolab Box and DK Bicycles, Delaney Vaughn. On your number 12 bike out of Latvia for Supercross BMX, Vanetta Pedersen. And on your number 15 bike out of Tulsa, Oklahoma for Mongoose Bicycles and USA BMX Foundation, Peyton Ridenauer. Elite ladies headed downtown right now. Got a pretty good shot out of Daylight Cycles into turn number 1. Oh, Canada! Out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Got Carly Kane picking it up on that 2 spot. Ava Corley's on the move right now, looking for that 3, looking for a low point. Here comes Delaney Vaughn. Charging hard in and out of turn number 2, but let's see what happens on that 3 straightaway. Gotta hit the marks nice and smooth. Little bobble from Simpson out front, but she hangs on to that lead going into the last turn. Coming back around. Vaughn slips in for that 3 spot. She's on the way back around side by side with Kane. Down the last straightaway. It's all Simpson on the top spot. Simpson will go wire to wire. Vaughn for the 2, Kane for the 3. Corley, Pedersen, Ridenauer, Gayhart, and Colby coming back through. Good racing going on with the ladies right there in that first go-around of 3 for total points. Racing going on. Got the big dogs up on the hill right now. Elite men locked and loaded. Let's make some noise for the boys. On your number 44 bike out of Houston, Texas for Waltech Engineering, Rain Lankford. On your number 27 bike out of Mayaca City, Florida for Hyper Bicycles, Snafu and Acre Brand, Jeremy Smith. On your 320 bike, out of Grand Junction, Colorado for First Gear Fast, Max Austin. On your 620 bike, out of Queensland, Australia for Inspire, Flynn Sweeney. And on your 248 bike, out of Port Orchard, Washington, he's a Tulsa local now for Fly Racing, Trenton Moore. Big pop out down that first straightaway. Trenton Moore on the outside. Got a pretty good drive with this one. Headed into turn number 1. Sweeney trying to bring it back around, but it's all Jay Smooth. Hypercolors on the top spot down the 2 straightaway. Hits the marks nice and smooth. Here comes the long hair Langford sliding into that 3 spot. Moore trying to show him a wheel out of that second turn, 3rd straightaway. Trying to ramp things up down that 3 straight. Hitting the marks nice and clean right now. It's all Jay Smooth. Jeremy Smith on that top spot. Sweeney coming in hot out of that last turn, trying to get things rolling on back down the line. But it's all Smith. Moore 1-2 back to the stripe. Langford, Sweeney, and Austin will round it out as they come back through. Got another one on deck. 21 riders in the group today for the Elite Men on your 705 bike. Out of Grand Junction, Colorado for the BMX Sharks, Aaron Blee. On your national number 51 bike, out of Avon, Indiana for Factory Sended LSG, Drew Polk. On your number 10 bike, out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia for Chase BMX, the BMX Racing Group Store.com and Lux BMX, Isaac Kennedy. On your 158 bike, out of Pitt Meadows, British Columbia, Canada for Chase, Fly, and CF Grips, Ryan Tugas. And on your number 23 bike, or 222 bike, out of Palm Harbor, Florida for Supercross BMX, Spencer Cole. All right, here we go with this one. Taking it down in that first turn. Who's got the lock on this one? We're going to go with a little Aussie. Isaac Kennedy on the front line run. Win with Chase down the 2 straightaway. He's got this one driving hard. Got to be Tugas picking it up on that 2 spot out of Canada. It's all international right now. Polk driving out of that second turn, 3rd straightaway. Oh, he's trying to set it up. Let's see what Tugas has for him going into that last turn, but it's all Kennedy on the drive for home out of that last straight coming back through. Kennedy keep this one locked up on the top spot for the ace on the first go-round. Back to the stripe. Tugas will pick it up on that 2 spot. Polk for the 3. Coltrane for the 4. Back to the line. Intermediates, you guys will start staging up here in a couple of motos. We're going to run intermediates only. Will be coming up next after the pros. Another one on deck right now. Locked, loaded, ready to go. And your number 3 bike out of Bakersfield, California for Answer Factory, Cameron Larson. On your 194 bike out of Mayaca City, Florida by way of Argentina for Rockstar Rift Tangent, Fetty Villegas. On your 528 bike out of New South Wales, Australia for Rift Australia, Noah Elton. On your 154 bike out of Tempe, Arizona, Lucas Howes. And on your number 16 bike out of Lake Elsinore, California for Hero Bike Parts and Daylight Cycles, Zach Van Kamen. Got it locked down that first straightaway. Big shot out of Larson down that first turn. He's going to kick things off and get it started off on that front line run down the second straightaway. Got to be Big Z Van Kamen picking it up on that 2 spot. Villegas on the charge for it. Elton, one of the young guns, he's trying to crank things up in and out of turn number 2 down that 3rd straightaway. Oh, loose Lucas Howes. He's charging hard down the 3 straight. Let's see if he can put something together in that last turn. But it's all see you later, alligator. Cam Larson on the top spot. He's got this one locked and loaded down the last straightaway. He'll take the ace. Van Kamen for the 2. Villegas for the 3. Howes for the 4. All right, Trophy Crew, we're going to need you guys back down to the finish line again as well. Trophy Crew, need you to back down to the finish line. Another group on deck right now. On your number 24 bike, out of Tucson, Arizona for Daylight Cycles, Corbin Shira. On your number 12 bike, out of Phoenix, Arizona for Mongoose Bicycles and USA BMX Foundation, the Cowboy, Cameron Wood. On your number 85 bike, out of Largo, Florida, by way of Australia for S Squared Factory Team. We like to call him Speedo, Jack Davis. On your number 18 bike, out of Lakeside, California for Alpha Bikes, doing it his way, gotta be Tony B, Anthony Picardo. On your 842 bike, out of British Columbia, Canada for the DB Factory Racing Team, Jacob Shaw. And on your 456 bike, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma by way of South Park, Pennsylvania for Landstar and AHN, Cameron Bramer. Down the big hill they go. Let's see who's got the horsepower to get things going into turn number 1. Corbin Shira, Daylight Cycles out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Got to be Cameron Wood picking it up on that 2 spot. Bramer coming up on the 3, but here comes Tony B. Jack Davis on the outside. Slips into that 3 spot as they head for it down the third straightaway. It's all Corbin Shira on the top spot, running the show down the 3 straight, bringing them into that last turn. Shira, Wood, gonna go 1 and 2, bring them back through. Last straightaway, Davis hangs on that 3 spot. Here comes Wood, ramps it up, back to the line. Wood, Shira, Davis, Picardo. Bramer comes back in, down the line with Shaw. All right, kick it on to the small hill right now. The Vet Pros on deck, ready to go. On your 131 bike out of DeSoto, Texas for Factory Wintergreen, Billy Russell. On your number 6 bike out of Owasso, Oklahoma for Big Tool and Tangent, Alan Hudson. On your number 23 bike out of Glendale, Arizona, Corey Reed. On your 975 bike out of Jalisco, Mexico for Drink Lab BMX, Christopher Morales. On your number 32 bike out of Folsom, California for Soletics, Damon Smith. On your 106 bike out of Reidsville, North Carolina for True BMX, Bo Foster. On your 64 bike out of Claremore, Oklahoma by way of Anytown, USA for Harlem Pro Max, the captain, Nick Long. On your 95 bike out of Starrett, Alabama for Chase BMX, the Fly Racing and BMX Racing Group Store.com. The Alabama Slammer and your current USA BMX number 1 Vet Pro, Barry Nobles. Gate is down with the Alabama Slammer. Getting a little loose right there with these boys. We'll get them checked out right away. Somebody came uncorked real quick. Out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Nobles on that top spot. Morales on the 2. Got to be Reed on that 3. The captain says, I'm taking the big side for fun, guys. In and out of turn number 2. He's on a 4 spot down the 3 straightaway. Reed trying to hang on to that 2 spot. Morales trying to ramp things up down that 3rd straightaway, but it's all the Alabama Slammer on the top spot as he heads for home. Winwood Chase on the front line run down the last straightaway. He'll bring it back to the stripe. Reed for the 2, Morales for the 3, the captain for your 4th spot. Soletics going to go Damon Smith for the 5. As we start staging up the intermediates right about now, we'll start staging up the intermediates. Hudson's back up. We'll give him some love as he's coming back through. One more time for Hudson as he's coming back around. Saw Billy Russell over there going down. He's back up. We'll give him a little love on the way back through. He says, I got to watch my boy, though, right now. Well, Trey Russell, he's getting down to it. 6-year-old intermediates, back to it. The amateur motos right now. Main moto number 52, Guthrie, Russell, Combs, Brindle, and Bailey headed downtown. Lost a big group down that first straightaway. They're getting back up. They're making a scramble for it. Makes a noise for them as they come back around. Who's got the top spot locked in down through that second straightaway? 7 bike, Odin Guthrie trying to make it happen as they bring this one back through. Russell, Combs, Brindle, Bailey working it out. In and out of turn number 2 down that third straightaway. Trying to crank this one up. The 38 bike on the top spot. Easy Bailey out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Bring it back down the 3 straightaway. Got that 219 bike. Trey Russell on that 2 spot. On the podium down the third straightaway. Odin Guthrie trying to ramp things up. Make some noise for the riders coming back through. In and out we're going to go. Last straight coming back down to it. Easy E going to be Bailey. Ezra on the top spot. He's running the show, checking out. Oh, nice little bump run right there from Guthrie coming back home. The Texas boys battling it out on the way back through. Guthrie slips in for that 2 spot. Looks like little Trey Russell back on the 3 as he comes down the last straightaway. And that's the way it goes. Brindle coming back around with the Holt Combs. Give him a little love on the way around. Vescuso, Wald, Herrera, Stice, and Travis down the first straightaway. Main moto number 53, 7-year-old intermediates on track as they head downtown into turn number 1. Who's got the horsepower out on that top spot right now as they head forward out of the first turn down the second straightaway? Got to be the 667 bike keeping this one all international right now. Gaston Herrera on 2 wheels. Costa Rica trying to roll it into that second turn. Let's see what goes on with this one. In and out of turn number 2 down that 3 straightaway. Everybody's charging hard. Oh, that's Stice. Hardesty colors. There's the 31 bike. Hawk Wald coming down the 3rd straightaway. Minnesota boy. He's trying to ramp it up down the 3 straightaway. They're side by side with Stice going into that last turn. Wald's got the inside. Can he show him the wheel? Oh, he lost him on the well. Lost another one. Down the last straightaway. 192 bike. Levi Stice out front. Hardesty local will get it done out of Broken Arrow. He'll come back for the big win on Friday. Back to the stripe. We're going to go Brett Travis for the 2. Vescuso going to get that 3. Downriders are back up. Make some noise. Out of Main Moto 53, Main Moto 54, 8-year-old intermediates, Rourke, Clark, Lakeberg, Netherton, Newland, and Dotson coming down the second straight. Who's got the horsepower in and out of that second turn? The wild man, Rourke. Freaky fast colors out front on the 25 bike. Got the 81 in the hip pocket down the 3rd straightaway. Blue Bomber, Lakeberg, Prodigy colors. Trying to get things locked in, going down that 3rd straightaway, hitting the marks nice and smooth. Gets a little extra backside, comes up on a top spot. Into that last turn they go. Bring this one back home. The Blue Bomber, Lakeberg, out front, though, running the show. Down the last straightaway, coming back at us. Rourke. The wild man trying to come back to him. He'll settle for the 2. Back to the stripe with a 70 bike. How about Abel Clark for that 3 spot? Back to the line, 65. We'll get the 4, a Newland. Out of Main Moto 54, Main Moto 55, loaded rack, 9-year-old intermediates downtown. Vanderberg, Shepard, Jones, Fletcher, Moore, Lee, Stice, and Roach headed into the first turn down the second straightaway. Who's got the horsepower? Who's got the juice to make it happen as they head down that second straight, looking for that top spot as they get things going into turn number 2. Ramping it up, Crank Lab colors coming in and out of that second turn, sliding into a 2 spot, back at us down the 3rd straightaway, 81 bike. Big Perm going to go more on the top spot. Running the show, Fletcher's on the charge for it down the 3rd straight. Let's see if he can make it happen. Fletch trying to get up on that top spot, back to the 3. He's going into that last turn. Hardesty colors coming back around. Stice slips in for the 2, the Jaguar. Moore getting it done out front. Stice running hard down the last straightaway. Does he got the backside to make it happen? He'll settle for the 2. Back to the line. 54 bike. Fletcher will get a 3. 6 bike. Jones will get a 4. Back to the line. Ten-year-old intermediates downtown. Main moto number 56. Ricks, Alexander, Cheek down that first straightaway. What you see is what you're going to get out of the Send It first turn coming down that second straight. Who's got the horsepower to keep it on lock on that top spot? No total points here. Everybody making that main event. Everybody's charging hard down the second straightaway. Cass and Ricks trying to hold on to that top spot. Missouri boy going into turn number 2. Bringing it back around. Oh, Missouri boys battling it out on the front line run. In and out of that second turn. 3rd straightaway. 18 bike on the charge. Alexander hits the marks nice and smooth down the 3 straight he goes. getting a good backside run going down that long third straightaway at Hardesty National Stadium out of the last turn. Ricks trying to ramp things back up. He'd come right back at him. They're side by side. Who's got the long game strong? Coming down the last straightaway. Ricks trying to ramp it up. Back to the line we're going to go. 18-12. How about Alexander Ricks? Cheek. Go 1, 2, 3. Main moto number 57, 11-year-old intermediates. Green, Hart, Travis, Schreier, and Bishop. Looking for a front line run downtown. Nixon Green got a pretty good pop on this one. He'll take a whole shot run into the first turn. Hardesty local for the Hardesty race team going down that second straightaway. He's got it locked in right now. Got Schreier picking up on that 2 spot out of Broken Arrow. Oklahoma boys trying to get it done on the home turf. Might have left the door wide open in turn number 2. Here they go, side by side on the way back out of that second turn, third straightaway. Schreier coming down the line. Green ramps it up again. They're banging bars. Lost one along. Schreier's out of the game right there. Tried to throw the elbow. It didn't work like he wanted it to. Coming back through, Scooter Hart slips in. Sand Springs local. Bring it back around. Still got the 27 bike of Green on the top spot. Running the show. He'll bring this one. Getting a big national win on a Friday on the home turf. Back to the stripe. 69 in the 40 bike will come through. Hart and Bishop will get a 3. We'll give him some love. Give him some love as he's coming back off the course right there, man. Hook him up. He tried to make a move. It didn't work like he wanted it to. Hey, that's the way it goes. It's BMX. How about Morris Setzer McDonald in and out of that second turn, third straightaway, 64 bike on the top spot. The guy, Morris, coming down the 3 straightaway, 31 bike. Nice little manual for Maybom. Setzer picking it up on that 2 spot. McDonald back on the 3, 12-year-old intermediates, down the 3 straight, in and out of that last turn. Main moto number 58 on track. It's all Morris Setzer, McDonald. Top 3 as they head for home down the line. That's the way it goes right there out of main moto 58. Nice drag race. Everybody getting a clean gate out front. Let's see who's going to get things going on from the outside over there. Trying to go things on his first turn. Got to be Hungerford. Big O trying to ramp it up out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Bosley, Solo Rio, and Alexander down the second straight. Who's got the top spot locked in? The lady in black, Ava Alexander, coming down that second straightaway. Ramping things up in and out of turn number 2. She's got this one locked in now. Missouri, where are you guys at? Make some noise down the 3 straightaway. Bosley trying to ramp things up on this one. Solario and Hungerford working it out down the 3 straight, but it's all the lady in black, Ava Alexander, on that top spot. Out of the last turn, she's going to keep this one locked in. Looking for that 2 spot. They're battling hard. Coming down the last straightaway, Alexander still gets it done. Back to the line, 48, 125. How about Basu get the 2? Hungerford for the 3. Solario for the 4. Main moto number 60, Wells, Nickham, Hart, Honeycutt, Lee Kohler, Billings, Hemmelgarn down that first straightaway. 14-year-old intermediates out of the first turn, down the second straight. Who's got the drive on this one? Trying to keep it locked in on that top spot, running into that second turn. Hart, Nickham, Honeycutt, Lee Kohler, Billings, Hemmelgarn, and Wells out of turn number 2 down the 3 straightaway. 29 bike on the front line, got to be Honeycutt. Lyric down that third straight, got this one locked and loaded. Wells trying to hold on to that 2 spot. Hart trying to get things kicked into high gear, coming down that 3 straightaway into that last turn. Lee trying to get onto the podium. Oh, there goes a high-low from the way back side, coming up on a 3 spot down the last straightaway. 29 bike getting it done. 4 bike for the 2. Going to go Wells back to the stripe. Nice move on the 13 bike. The main man, Nickham, made the high-low move from the backside of turn number 3. Comes up on a podium. Went 5-3 down the last straightaway. Great job right there out of main moto number 60. Main moto 61. Young, Andrews, Cahalan out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Dirt Addiction trying to get up on that top spot. We'll see what goes on out of the first turn, that second straightaway. Airing it out a little bit on that 2 spot right now, heading into turn number 2. Can we ramp things up a little bit more on the way back around? In and out, we're going to go. Found the open door down low right there. 674 bike. G Money, Andrews coming down the 3rd straightaway. Solomon Young. Young trying to ramp things up down that third straight. He wants to get on top of the podium. Making a move into that last turn. Coming back through. Trying to get that high-low move. Coming back around. Let's see if he can run it down the last straightaway. Still G-Money. Andrews on that top spot. Young coming back to the stripe. Andrews, Young, Cahalan, 1, 2, 3. $17.20 intermediates, no total points here. Blue, Jolly, Goff headed down the first straightaway. Who's got the drive on this one? Down that first, into that first turn, 92 bike, trying to crank it up out of the first turn, down the second straight, airing it out a little bit, goes a little long, but holds on to it. Gonna go Jolly. Jolly getting things going into that second turn, third straight. Blue and Goff working it out. Bring this one in and out of turn number 2, down that long 3 straight. Got it, hit the marks nice and smooth. It's Jolly, Goff on the top spots. Blue back on the 3 out of main moto number 62. Down that third straight we go. 17-20 intermediates. Back across the line. They got this one locked in with Jolly on that top spot. Back to the stripe. He'll get it done on the 92. Looking for Dr. Blue. Goff will get it done on the 2. Dr. Blue on the 3. $21-25 intermediate total points. Schinkel, Askew, and Anders down the first straightaway. The Undertaker trying to ramp things up going into turn number 1. Schinkel's got the low points out of Wichita, Kansas. Coming out of the first turn, down the second straightaway, trying to get this one on lockdown as we come into that second turn. Tiger King, Askew working on that 2 spot. Tenacity Racing coming in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Everybody's on the charge for home. Down the 3 straight we go. 53 bike of Schinkel. Schinkel still running the top spot. He's got this one locked in, looking for that third ace of the day. Headed back through the last turn, last straight, coming back around. Does he got the long game strong to keep it all the way back down to us? He's got the low points locked in. Got to go Askew on the 2 and Anders for the 3 spot. Back at me out of main moto 63. Got another one headed down the first straightaway. Main moto number 64, the captain's moto. On track as they head into that first turn. Boydston, Quimby, Cranfield. Out of turn number 1, down the second straightaway. Gold Cup 3, Boydston on the outside. Trying to get a low point going on. Cranfield trying to roll things up down that second straightaway. Locks in for that third ace of the day, keeping it moving on. Keeping things rolling on down that third straight with the Gold Cup 3, Boydston. He's got it locked up for that 2 spot. Quimby back on that 3 as they head for home. Down the third straight they go. Cranfield looking for that last ace of the day, getting that third one locked in. He's got this one wrapped up. SNR Racing Colors back to the line on the 165 bike. 3 for 3. He'll go on a Friday back to the line. Boydston for the 2, Quimby for your 3. $51-55 intermediates. These guys got points all over the board right now. We'll take them down that first straightaway. We'll see what's going on. Van Auken's got the low point. He's got 3 points going on overall. Let's see if he can keep it low for the dough on this one. Out of the first turn, down the second straight. Oh, getting a little loose, boys. Going down the second straightaway. New knees, Edwards. He's got the new knees, though. He's good to go. Dr. J. Nolan tied up. He's trying to get a low point. Looking for the overall 2. Let's see what goes in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. 2 Cycle Michaels on the top spot. Out of Derby, Kansas. Running the show. Van Auken down the third straightaway. He's got this one wrapped up, coming back down to it. Let's see what goes on for that 2 spot in and out of that last turn. Dr. J looking for the inside line. Edwards going to get the clean line on the way out. Let's see if Dr. J can reel him in down the last straightaway. Van Auken going to get that ace locked up for the main event. What you see is what you'll get. Edwards for the 2, Nolan for the 3. That puts us on a break again as we get ready for that second go-around of pros coming up here in just a few. Try to get on top of the box, but now we're back here. We're here in Tulsa. We're at Hardesty National Stadium. Take us through that first lap. What's going through your mind today? What's going on? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. We have total points today, so every lap counts. I'm just trying to ride smart and make every lap as clean as I can, and hopefully get a step on the box today. So.
All right, you guys heard it there from Carly Kane. You know, just like she said, they points today going on with the ladies, so every lap absolutely counts out here. And she's going to do her best to try to get on the box. I got Colby Gunn down here, one of the amateurs. He's running in the Super X class. Take us through your first lap, Colby.
Well, I had a pretty good gate, and I got over the first jump pretty good, but then had a slight bobble into the first turn. And then I OJ'd the first pro set jump by like a mile, and then bobbled the second one, so I was cruising for a fifth. So not looking too good there, but I'll be able to make it up.
Yeah, so you heard it there from Colby Gunn. He's ready to get down to it. Like he said, a couple of bobbles, over-jumped one of the jumps, and that's pretty critical, especially as you're coming down that second straightaway. It's absolutely crucial for you to get in the mix right there with all those guys. But we'll look for you moving on through the rounds today. And I got Wilson over here. Where you at, Wilson? Right there. Well, the camera better get into our view. It's all right. We don't need to listen to that guy anyways. He's got long hair. It's all good. It's good stuff. So what class are you in?
13 girls.
So 13 girls. That's no joke out there. So that's putting the clips on, got the fancy shoes, all that stuff. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm hoping to, dub out in class, of course. Could always use a win. Positive, of course, just high hopes, race my race, and hope I can do good.
Is this your first time out here at Hardesty? No, it's not. So you've been out here before. How do you like the track? What do you think about this track?
I think it's an amazing track, skill-wise, endurance-wise, a beautiful track to train on. I really like it a bunch. Second straight, definitely something. But it's a really amazing track, overall.
All right, so you heard it right there. 13 girls, some good stuff going on. But right behind me, I got one of these tall guys back here, Hyper Bicycle, Snafu, Acre Brand, Jay Smooth, Jeremy Smith. Man, pretty good weekend. Last weekend out there at Derby City. Got on the podium once, moved you up in the standings a little bit. I know you're looking to ramp things up for the next couple of days here. Let the fans know what's going on, how you feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Not too bad of a weekend last weekend in Louisville, and then we hit our first moto here. I got a win, and I'll tell you, my legs were burning after this third straight. It definitely has a little more this track has a little more pep in it than Louisville did. So after I hit that third straight, I came around the last turn. It was like, oh, man, it's going to be a long night. But, yeah, I love the track here. It's going to be awesome racing under the lights and under this roof. So I'm excited to see what the day has in store.
How are you feeling? Bit of a change with the program we got going on, trying to switch things up, trying to shine a little bit more light on the pros. How do you feel about all that?
Yeah, I think change is always good, and I know Mother Nature definitely threw us a curveball in Louisville and, made it tough for us. But, yeah, I like change. I am more of a morning person, so I like to wake up and get my day going. But, like I said, change is good. I got to adapt to it, and, yeah, I think it's awesome that we have our own little show out here, and hopefully all the fans stick around to see the main event.
Yeah. So that you heard it right there for some of the best from around here. Some good stuff going on. We're getting ready to roll up to the top of the hill again for that second go around. Some good stuff going on. This lady right here, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. So I saw you last weekend out there in Louisville, and I'll tell you what, you were amazing. You're taking it upstairs. You're doing jumps. There are all kinds of stuff going on. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your deal?
My name is Kyla Reed. I race 31 to 40 women at Expert. I'm out of Omaha, Nebraska.
So did you race as a younger kid growing up and all that kind of stuff?
Yep, I started when I was 12, and then at 18 years old, left to join the military. And then as soon as I got stationed stateside, about 2 years ago, picked the sport back up.
All right. Well, thank you for your service, and good luck out there this weekend. Thank you. See you. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's a little bit of wrap. A couple interviews along the way, but we're getting ready to head back up to the top of the big hill right now for that second go-around. So stay tuned. We're going to get back online coming up here quick. Pro action. Where you at, Tulsa? Come on, let's line it up. Let's line it up. They're getting ready to lock and load right now. Super X up on top of the big hill. I see the gate coming in. I see them rolling up in there. So as soon as I see them all set and ready to go, which in about 2-3 seconds here as they're locking in, we'll give you the names of Smith, Waters, Sanchez, Holzer, Jackson, Backer. Lock, loaded, ready to go. Round 2. Second round, here we go with the Super X headed down the first straightaway. Sanchez. Waters got a pretty good shot with this one. Cranking up with profile. Got to be Holzer slipping into that 3-spot, 2-spot now down that second straightaway. He's trying to lock things in right now into turn number 2. Jackson trying to ramp it up in and out of that second turn. Waters trying to keep that door locked up tight. But it's all Sanchez out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, headed down the 3 straightaway. Rockin' Rowdy Holzer picking it up on that 2-spot. One of the young guns in the group with Waters out of that last turn. High-low on the way down the last straightaway. Jackson trying to crank things up on the way back through. Sanchez, Holzer, Waters go 1, 2, 3. Jackson on the 4 spot. Another one on deck, locked, loaded, ready to go. Super X, Felker, Ferguson, McNeil, Regal, Gerke, Kaiser, Stokes. Big drive out of Felker down the first straightaway. He's got the inside line. Can he keep it running on out of the first turn down the second straightaway? Oh, Mom back home kicking with the chickens right now, watching the show as they come down the 2 straightaway. The world champ, Felker, Rockstar, Rift, Tangent Colors. Out of South Carolina, he'll drive this one in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Kaiser, the Canadian rider, factory sended LSG down the 3 straight, hitting the marks nice and smooth with Regal, but nobody's touching Felker right now as he heads back out of that last turn, last straightaway. Cranks it up with profile on the way back home down the line. Whoa, the major Marshall Gerke slides in for the 2. Kaiser for the 3, Regal for your 4. As we get another one locked in the gate, more Super X on deck. Johnson, Stinson, Stopa, Gunn, Gould, Wagner. Aussie. Going to get started up on this one. Rift Tangent Canada or Australia down the first straightaway. Got out of Washington. SeaTac colors. Got to be Stinson. The big dog. He'll take the high road, see if it pays off. Gunn, he's on the move. We just tucked the interview with him. He gets it nice and smooth going in that second turn down the third straightaway. He comes up on a 2-spot, getting a low point locked in down that third straight. They go bring him into that last turn. Stinson, Johnson trying to roll things back around. Stinson on that 3-spot, but it's all Stopa on the top spot. Rift Tangent Australia back down the last straightaway. Remix, a Gun for the 2, Stinson for the 3. Johnson for the 4 on the way back around. Ladies on deck, ready to go. Round 2. Kane, Corley, Gayhart, Simpson, Colby, Ridenauer, Vaughn, Pedersen. Big drive out of Vaughn on this one. On the outside, though, looks like it's going to be Simpson trying to take it from way outside. Vaughn going to come up on a top spot out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Vaughn getting your game down right now, trying to make it happen. Kane on the move, trying to run this one into that second turn. Whoa, Gayhart comes down low. Colby comes back around the outside. Inside, here comes Ridenauer down the 3 straightaway, trying to hit the marks on the way back through that third straight into that last turn. It's all daylight cycles to Simpson on the top spot. She'll run the show, keeping the points low for all the dough as she comes back down that last straightaway. Gonna be Vaughn, picks it up for the 2. Gayhart, Colby, Ridenauer, Pedersen, Kane, and Corley coming back in. That's a big change for the points right there with those ladies. Got the elite men locked up on deck right now with Langford, Blee, Howes, Davis, and Polk. Big shot on the outside with Davis taking this one, driving it down that first straightaway. Polk trying to get up on a top spot. He'll go side by side with Davis out of turn number 1 down the second straight. Getting things loose with Lucas Howes on that 3 spot. He's hanging on, banging on this one in and out of turn number 2 down the 3 straight we go. Langford trying to ramp things up, but it's all Speedo out front. Davis, S-Squared Factory down the 3 straightaway. Sinded LSG. Got Polk holding on for that 2 spot. Let's see if he can ramp things up down the last straightaway. Davis will keep it on lock, looking for that top spot. Back to the line. There goes Polk. Davis 1-2. Langford, Howes. Watch your language, bro, on the way back down the last straightaway. Shira, Austin, Picardo, Kennedy, and Tugas on deck. Pretty good shot down the first straightaway. Tugas trying to slide in. He'll slide in for a 2. Got to be Kennedy on the top spot. Out of the first turn, win with Chase down that 2 straightaway. Tugas picking it up. Fly Racing Colors. CF11 Project in and out of turn number 2. But here comes Daylight Cycles. Corbin Shira down that 3rd straightaway. See if he can ramp things up a little bit on the way back through. Picardo's on the move. Tony B back on that 4 spot. Out of the last turn, we're coming back around. It's all Isaac Kennedy on that top spot. Down the last straightaway, takes it upstairs, back to the line. Toogie for the 2. Back to the stripe will go Shira on the 3. I'll give my buddy Bruce Morris and the guys out there at Lux BMX a little shout out in Australia right now. They're probably tuned in. Larson, Bramer, Wood, Elton, Shaw on deck. Big drive with the cams headed down that first straightaway. Who's got the line going on in and out of the first turn? Got to be Cam Wood. Larson go 1-2 down the second straightaway. Elton trying to ramp things up. He's sliding in for that 3 spot, trying to keep the points low in and out of turn number 2 down that 3rd straight. We're going to go. Bringing this one down the line. No Bramer on this show as we go down that 3rd straight. Rolling into that last turn right now. It's all Wood on the top spot as he get things locked and loaded down the line. Last straightaway action coming up with Larson on that 2. Back to the stripe. Elton going to try to hold on. He hangs on for the 3. Back to the line. Shaw for the 4 as they roll it on back home. Got another one on deck. Locked, loaded, ready to go. More elite men. Van Kamen, Villegas, Cole, Sweetie Smith, and more. Drag race time down the first straightaway. Van Kamen got a pretty good pop on this one. He'll take the Hero Daylight ride out of the first turn and send it down the second straightaway. Villegas on the 2 spot right now. Moore's on the move with Jay Smooth and Spencer Cole. Going into turn number 2. Moore coming in hot right now. Villegas hangs on this one on the outside drive. Down the 3rd straightaway. Jay Smooth looking for a 3 spot. Hitting the marks nice and clean. Headed into that last turn, but it's all Van Kamen. Big Z out front. Running the show down the last straightaway. He'll bring it back to the line. It's all Van Kamen. Villegas go 1-2. Smith on the 3. Moore for the 4. And we got the vet pros on deck. Lock loaded, ready for action. Russell, Hudson, Reed, Morales, Smith, Foster, Long, Nobles. The Alabama Slammer got a nice drive down that first straightaway into turn number 1. Is he going to take the high road or the low road? Let's see what goes on with this one. He takes the low road. Here we go. The bad boy, Billy Russell, hangs up a little bit with that one. The captain coming through, looking for it, trying to get points low. Reed going to ramp things up out of that second turn, 3rd straightaway. Got some good pull going on with Nobles down that 3 straight into that last turn. Morales slips in for the 3 spot on the way through. Last straight coming back at me. Got this one locked up with Nobles. Reed on the 1-2 back to the line. Morales will get the 3 to the stripe. Hudson, Russell, and the captain, Nick Long, coming on back around as we get back into amateur racing right now. We get our trophy crew back down to the finish line. Trophy crew, where you guys at? Come on back down. Tulsa, you know what time it is? Welcome to the Girls Club. Here we go with the little ladies right now. Downtown, 6 Jones and Novi headed for that first turn. Got to be bad to the bone. Kenna Jones out on the top spot out of the first turn down the second straightaway. She's got this one ramped up. Got the aces already locked in. Little Sunshine Novi picking it up for the 2. 6 on the 3 spot. Little ladies out on the track keeping things on. Lock on that top spot. Front line run in and out of turn number 2. Bad to the bone. Kenna Jones in and out of the second turn. Third straightaway. 5 and under ladies keeping things rolling on down that third straightaway. Little Sunshine Novi. Novi picks it up for that 2 spot. Down that third straightaway. Sassy going to go 6. Mia for the 3 as she heads forward in and down to turn number 2. Down the 3 straight we go in and out of that last turn. It's all bad to the bone. Kenna Jones on the top spot. I know Grandpa's tuned in. He's out at the golf tournament today, coming back to the line. Grandma's in the house, coming back to the stripe. We're going to go bad to the bone, wire to wire. She'll get it wrapped up right there. Novi for the 2, 6 for your 3. Cheek, Lakeberg, Schaus, and Cunningham headed down that first straightaway. 1 cent, Penny Lakeberg trying to get things ramped up from the outside. Prodigy Colors going to get it locked in out of that first turn. Cheek, Schaus, and Cunningham will work it out at turn number 1 down that second straightaway. She's got it locked up on the front line run down that 2 straightaway. Little 1 cent, Penny Lakeberg. Prodigy Colors coming out of Bethel, Minnesota. A little bit of that Minnesota nice going on. She bring this one in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Lakeberg not skipping a beat right now. She heads up down that, up over the double into that third straight action going on. Nag 10, Mackenzie Cheek picking it up on that 2 spot. She'll keep it international out of Ontario, Canada. Down the third straightaway. Landstar Colors got to be Schaus. Schaus will pick it up for the 3, running down that third straight into that last turn, and Cunningham will pick it up for the 4. But it's all 1 cent out front. Lakeberg coming back through, wire to wire. She'll get this one rolling on. Legacy National, day number 1. As we are in the Girls Club right now, if you guys are just tuning in on the webcast, down through that last straightaway, Lakeberg gets it done. Cheek for the 2, Schaus for the 3, Cunningham for the 4. Holiday, Shepard, Schroeder, and Evans driving in out of that second turn. Factory Sended, LSG out of turn number 2, down the 3 straightaway. National Age Group number 2 bike. The Rocket, Ryland, Schroeder coming down the third straightaway. Little MJ, got to be Holiday. Hanging on to that 2 spot. She'll slide in down that third straight, bring it into that last turn. Ride or die, got to be Evans. Trying to show her a wheel. Little MJ trying to seal the deal down the last straight. Does she have the pole to make it happen? Trying to ramp things up on that Rock 1 plate back to the line. It's all Schroeder. Holiday 1-2 back to the stripe. We go Nag 4. We'll go Evans will pick up the 3. Shepard will get the 4. Out of main moto 68, main moto number 69, Sandman, McClure, Leaper, and Salemi. Sour Patch in and out of that second turn. Out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, Wild Chili local. She'll bring it down the 3 straightaway. Little Turbo, Leaper picking it up on that 2 spot. Acme Colors, Chandler BMX local out of Phoenix, Arizona, down the 3 straight. She'll go with Sandman. Out of Bethel, Crown Colors coming back through. Last straight action going on. Salemi on the top spot. She'll get this one wrapped up. Sour Patch back to the line. Leaper for the 2. Sandman for the 3. McClure for the 4. Shepard, Noyola, Bates, Nelson, Anderson in and out of that second turn. 3 straightaway. Crazy Kira straight off the out of retirement. She's back in the game for a weekend, coming down the 3 straight. Got this one locked in, looking for that top spot. Smiley Kylie Shepard. Shepard bringing it back through. Dynamite Daisy trying to blow it up down the last straightaway. Does she have the pole to make it happen? Bring it back down the line. Last straight action. Anderson slipping in. Anderson for the 3. Noyola for the 2. Nelson for the 4. Main moto number 71 out of the second turn, third straightaway. Spannel, Ellerton, Wallace, Gannon, Hegberg, Vescuso, Dotson, Moralato. Down the third straight, BMX Shark in open water right now. Got to be the Hulk, Vescuso, Princess Hulk in and out of the last turn. She's going to run this one back around. Last straight action, Crystal the Pistol. Looking for Wallace. Wallace picking up for that 2 spot. Back down the last straightaway. Hegberg for your 3. In and out we go. Main moto number 72. Burnsworth, Kopetsky, Larson, Nelson, Killer B. Trying to find the line. She knows how to get around it, getting it done into that last turn. The Killer B. Nelson takes over the program on the way back home. She knows how to get things done at round Hardesty National Stadium. Down the last straightaway, Kopetsky working on that 2 spot. Burnsworth for the 3. Back to the line. Larson for the 4. Great moves by Nelson out of that second turn, third straightaway. Got Go Malicki leading the charge, coming back down to it. Scoop's going to get the 2 scoop going on. Fessler, Dune, Vescuso, Adloff, Baker. But it's all Go Malicki. Bringing this one back out of that last turn, coming back home. She'll get the second scoop of the day. She'll double down for a Friday night as we come back to the line. Got this one wrapped up for the 2 spot. Going to go Adloff. Adloff will bring it back around. Cherry Bomb going to go Dune for the 3. Baker for your 4. Main moto number 74, Gaylor, Cole, Hanson, Kovacs, Wilson. Flash, Kovacs takes it upstairs. She airs it out a little bit down the third straightaway. Crazy Girl Cole putting things together going in that last turn. She'll lock it up for that 2 spot. Got company coming with her. Factory Synod LSG. Wilson had the interview with her. She's talking about making the podium. Looks like she's going to make it happen right here. She comes back down the line. Last straightaway. She'll slip in for that 3 spot. Back to the stripe with Gaylor on the 4. Out of main moto 74, Diamond Lil Ashley taking it out of the second turn, third straight. She's got the aces locked in with Myers on that 2 spot. Marshall back on the 3. Rolling in and out of that last turn. She's going to go. Factory Hyper out front. It's all Diamond Lil Ashley on that top spot. She'll get it done wire to wire. Go 3 for 3 on a Friday as she heads back down to us. Got that 1 bike in tow. Myers and Marshall will get the 3 spot out of main moto 75. Main moto number 76. In and out of the second turn, third straight. Nealon, Gould, Jones, Jonjovic, Cyrus, White, Wells. It's all Merton way out front. She is checking out on the rest of the pack right now. See you later, ladies. Adios, amigas. Whoa, down we go. Lost 2 right there. Jones goes down with Cyrus coming back down the last straightaway. Jonjovic going to pick up the 2. Gould for the 3 spot. Nealon for the 4. In and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Banging bars going down the line. Stokes and Shea working this one out. Fidoa trying to get things locked in going in that last straightaway. 3 wide over the table. Everybody's making moves, looking for the open door. Shea goes low. Slams the door on Stokes. She's coming around the outside down the last straightaway. Trying to get it done. Back to the stripe. We're going to go. Fidoa, Stokes, Shea, 1, 2, 3. Our downriders back up. They're back up over there. Jones and Cyrus, they're walking it off. Yeah, give them some love. Give them some love. Gaylor, Reed, Nyman, Jones, Harwick headed down that first straightaway. Got to be Kyla Reed on that top spot. Did the interview with her in that break between the pros, and she'll get things rolling on out of the first turn, second straightaway. Like I said, she likes to take it upstairs. She's got all kinds of cool bike skills going down that second straightaway. Reed on that top spot, running the show back around in and out of turn number 2 down that third straight. She's going to go. Reed bringing this one back home, looking for Nyman Jones. Jones picking it up on that 2 spot down the third straightaway. Gaylor's on the move. Let's see if she can ramp it up into that last turn. Looking for that inside line, looking for the open door. Can she make it happen on the way back around? But it's all Reed. We'll take this one for a little wire-to-wire run. Nice little tap manual off that last tabletop down the last straightaway. Got Nyman Jones picking it up for the 2. Gaylor for the 3. Harwick for your 4. Last of the girls club coming our way. 51 and over ladies. Johnson, Baresh, Goebel, Bergstrom, Barkley. In and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Got to be Body Armor, Maresh. On the top spot, 670 bike looking on the 2. The Spicy Canuck coming down the third straight. She'll keep things locked and loaded right now with the 500 bike. Bergstrom ramping it up a little bit on that 4, on that 3, trying to hold on to a podium. Got Johnson and Bergstrom, Goebel working it out. Let's see who's going to hit that last spot of the podium as they head forward into that last turn. Still got Maresh on the top spot. She'll keep things rolling on back through with the 600 bike on the 2. Going to go Barkley working on the podium right now down that last straightaway. 500 bike, going to go Bergstrom. She's all, this track is way too long right now, coming back to the line, but she'll get it done. She'll hang on for that 3. Back to the stripe they go. Out of main moto number 79, main moto number 80, down that first straight, down the second straight now. Sandoval, Ellerton, Kanashigi working it out. Total points racing going on with these guys right here as we head in now that second turn. Anybody's got a shot right now. Got the low point, though, the Gold Cup 1. Fly Kai, Sandoval. Coming down through that third straight. He's trying to get this one locked in. Kanashigi, Arizona Coda, trying to make a move down that third straight. Let's see if he can get things going into that last turn. looking for the low point right now as we head back through. Last straight action coming back down to it. It's Ellerton, fast lane, trying to find the fast lane down the last straightaway, looking for that Gold Cup champ. Sandoval tries to hold on to it. Looks like he'll bring it back to the line. Sandoval, Kanashigi go 1-2. Ellerton for the 3. As they finish, out of main moto 80, main moto 81, Baker, King, Shepherd, Goodner, Mendoza, Tucker, Weaver. Loose coming down the 3 straightaway. King trying to hold on to a top spot. Goodner going to that last turn. He knows how to do it. He puts all his training skills together. Can King get back at him down the last straightaway? It's a drag race back home. Goodner, King side by side back to the line. Goodner going to settle for the 2. King on that top spot back to the stripe. 9 bike Baker gets the 3 to the line. Shepherd for the 4. Great racing going on with those guys down that last straightaway. Main moto number 82, 8-year-old experts. Whoa, hello. In and out of the second turn, 3rd straightaway, nag 5. Oh, the Bean, the Ace, Novi out front. Adams, Cunningham, Kinsler, Burnsworth, Antonio, Prescott, Aveni. Ramping it up one more time. It's all Novi on that top spot. He'll send it down the last straightaway. Bringing this one back through. World champ, Bird Dog, Burnsworth sits on that 2 spot. Back to the line, nag 18 and your nag 15 bike. Adams will get a 3. Cunningham for the 4. Out of main moto 82, main moto 83. Evans, Schroeder in and out of that second turn. 3rd straightaway. Waters, Baker, Turner, Schumann, Tremillo, and Shirley. Laser Show, Schumann on the top spot. National Age Group number 1 bike. Factory Synod LSG takes full command out of the last turn. Rolls back down that last straightaway. 09, Tremillo, the dominator on the 2 spot. Locks this one in on the way back home. Got to be Pistol Pete Baker. Baker for the 3 and the 9 bike. Schroeder will get a 4. Back to the line out of main moto number 83. Main moto number 84 out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. Showtime to Spotless. On the top spot, Johnson, Noteboom, Eubanks, Pope, DeWinter, Falkowski, Kovacs. Made the T-shirt this weekend. Coming back through. Get this kid's autograph. Despopolis running the show. World champ on the home turf. Back to the line. He'll get this one wrapped up for that 2 spot. Looks like it was Pope for the 2. Johnson for the 3. Out of main moto 84. Main moto number 85 out of the second turn. 3rd straight. Collingwood working it out. Meringue, Howe, Long, Pamel, Stoffer, Noyola, Harp. It's all action. Jackson out front. Black Widow, BMX out of the last turn. He'll bring this one down the line last straightaway. Jackson Howe picks it up for that 2. Down to it, Gnarly Charlie, Noyola for the 3 spot. And we'll go Harp for the 4. Back at me out of main moto number 85, main moto number 86. Tyson, Carson, Perkins, Thomas, Rue, Hoffman, Loza, Aiko in and out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. Black Widow on that top spot. Tyson running the show. Down the 3 straight we go. Into that last turn. Tucson, where are you at? Hoffman trying to make a move on the way home. Can he get things going on with Tyson? Tyson knows how to get it done on the long course. Hoffman, though, coming in hot down the last straightaway. He'll settle for the 2. Back to the line. J-Bike will get the 3. The 8 of Perkins will grab the 4. Aiko will get a 5. Out of main moto 86, main moto 87, Tyson, Sirota, Kopetsky, Frank Sanders, Moore, Backer, Dixon, Tyson running the show down the 3 straightaway. He's got this one ramped up, locked down. Backer for that 2 spot. Keeping things going into that last straightaway. Bring it back around. Got to be Landstar. Moore slides in for the 3. He's on the podium. Coming down the last straightaway. Back through the Alto. Wrecking Crew going to go. Sanders will get that 4. Evan Frank will get a 5. Out of main moto number 87. Main moto number 88. Down the second straightaway. Hart, Wagner, Rivera, Theron, Inman, Neubauer, Vescuso, Locke. Whoa, Laskin pole. Rivera, slips back. Didn't quite work out like he wanted it to. Jaden Locke locks it in down the 3 straightaway. Wagner's on the charge for home. Down that 3 straight in the last. Tried to show him a wheel. Couldn't seal the deal on the way back through. Wagner trying to hold on for a 2 spot. Locke gets it done out front. Rivera for the 3. Back to the line. Gold Cup 2 in the 6 bike. How about Inman going to get a 4? 6 bike. Theron will get a 5. Out of main moto number 88. Main moto 89. Regal, Kennedy, Felker, Bertoli, Gadare, Holzer, Brown, Waters. Regal in and out of the second turn, 3rd straightaway. Got it ramped up, coming down the 3 straight. Felker picking it up on that 2 spot. Corella Brown, he's trying to thread the needle into that last turn. High-low, adios amigo, coming down the last straightaway. Felker bring this one back through. Regal hangs on for that 2 spot. Brown for the 3, Rockin' Rowdy Holzer will pick up the 4 with Cutter Flag Adair. We'll get a 5. Out of main moto 89. Main moto number 90, Kelleher, Esposito. Even Quintana, Hoyam, Hill, Sorensen, Torres. Chasing Gage Hill on the top spot. Wreck-It Ralph on that 2 spot. Got to be Kelleher coming down the 2 straightaway. Esposito's on the charge. Let's see if he can take another step on the podium. Quintana in and out of that second turn. 3 straight with Sorensen. They're working it out for that 5 spot. Keeping things locked in right there down the 3rd straightaway. Hill knows he's got to keep every door locked up right now. There goes Wreck-It Ralph coming back at him. Tries to throw him the elbow. Didn't work out on the way through. Hill gets it done out front. Back to the line. Kelleher for the 2 spot. We're going to go Quintana for the 3. Back to the stripe. Esposito just shut her down. Out of main moto 90, main moto number 91, 1720s downtown. Durant, Carter, Santos, Lloyd, Popovich, Kirby, Wirtz, O'Neill. Out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Lloyd, got a little loose right there. A little bobble. O'Neill going to try to show him a wheel on the way back around. Out of that second turn, 3rd straight. Terminator trying to keep things on lock, but here comes E-Pop on the drive down the 3 straight into that last turn. He'll wrap things up. Santos trying to get onto a podium spot. His first 1720 moto. Oh, Lloyd, little bobble. Popovich, Lloyd go 1-2 back to the line. Duran will get the 3. Woo-hoo-hoo. Main moto number 92, 2125s downtown. Moyer, Cachola, Freewalt, Garley, Sanchez, Stinson. Got to be G. Freewalt out front. He's got the horsepower on the top spot. Sanchez on that 2 Stinson trying to run it back at me. Oh, little bobble from the muskrat right there. Cachola, he'll try to get back into the game. The Italian stallion, he'll try to get things kicked into high gear down that 3 straightaway. Still got this one locked and loaded down the 3rd straight into that last turn. It's all Freewalt. He'll take it wire to wire out of Fort Worth, Texas. Driving this one back through Sanchez and Stinson working it out. Stinson trying to give it a little bit of last straight run. Back to the line, little bobble. Sanchez a hang on for the 2, Stinson for the 3. Cachola comes in for the 4 with the legs burning. Pedrahita, Bob Fisher down that 1st straightaway. AB, Alec Bob looking for a top spot. What you see is what you're going to get out of the first turn down the 2nd straightaway. Everybody's charging hard right now looking for this one down that 2 straightaway. Who's locking it up? Bob Fisher getting it done, bringing it back around in and out of turn number 2. Pedrahita sits on the 2 spot. Colombianos down through that 3rd straightaway, rocked and locked. Fisher on the 3. What you see is what you're going to get with these boys as they head back home down the last straightaway out of main moto number 93. Welter got a big pop on this one. Lickety split to Dell. He's going to give him a little bit of a run down that 1st straightaway. Hungerford and Brindle into that front. Oh, lickety split out of turn number 1. Welter giving a little tire buzz. The Ninja going to put the Ninja skills back at it, but it's all the long hair. Don't care out front. He's got this one locked in and out of that 2nd turn coming back through. Lickety split. Liddell coming down the 3 straightaway. He'll bring this one down the line. Got the 24 bike. Hungerford on that 2 spot out of Fort Worth, Texas. The Ninja, Welter hanging on that 3 spot. Black Widow colors coming back through with Brindle on the 4 as they head out of the last straight one more time. Welter looking for it on the, he's going to ramp up another step. He'll put the Ninja skills to work down the last straightaway. Comes up for the 2, Hungerford for the 3. Lindsey, Bleece, Skinner downtown. See ya! Skinner on the top spot. He's got the aces locked in. Got 2 for 2 right now. He's going to try to drive this one down that 2nd straight. Gets it nice and clean. Hits the marks. Going into that 2nd turn, Skinner, Lindsey go 1 and 2. Blee on the 3. As they head for it, in and out of turn number 2, down that 3rd straightaway. Blee says this place is way too long, bro, coming down the line. Even with all the high altitude training, Blee's like, man, it's a long track. Coming back through, I got a couple more days to go. Skinner will get it done on that top spot as he comes back down the line. Lindsey on the 2. Blee for the 3. (51-55) experts downtown. Quintana, Prince, McCauley, Miller, Parks, White. Miller trying to get things going around. Uh-oh, here comes Prince trying to put the lean on him. Fellow Texan coming out of that first turn down the second straightaway. Who's got the top spot locked in with these guys going into turn number 2? Parks going to bring him in and out of that second turn. Uh-oh, Prince tries to show him a wheel. Can't seal the deal. Miller getting balled up right now. Trying to find a way down that third straightaway. Prince trying to set something up in that last turn and see if he can get things going on the way back around. Miller trying to follow him in and out of that last straightaway. Who's got the horsepower? Who's got their long game strong? Parks trying to hold on to this one. Got a little loose. We'll bring it back. Oh, I think Miller gets him on the outside over there. Woo-hoo-hoo. .56 and overs. Last rack of the amateurs for the day, and we'll get back to the pro racing on the big hill soon enough as we take it downtown. Jimmy V, Snead, Smart, Vegas in the NAG 13 bike, going to get things fired up, running out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. The commander, Cody Smart, lost one on the 2 straight. We'll get that rider checked out right away. Going into turn number 2, trying to hang on to this one, coming back around, in and out we're going to go. Bega on the top spot, running down the third straight. Got this one going on. Jimmy V picks it up for the 2. NAG 13 on the move right now. Commander Cody Smart. Uh-oh, might have left the door open a little too wide in that second turn. Can he get it back going down that last straightaway? Still got it wrapped up out front. Bega coming back down to us. Bega, Jimmy V going to get it done. 1-2 back to the line. Commander Cody says, I'm going to have to settle for the 4. Back at me. Get our downriders back up. Kent Snead, he's coming back through. Give him a little love. Give him a little love on the way back around. Down here, Corbin. I've been fortunate enough to be able to announce you for a long time. You know, the last almost 13 years, I've been announcing. We've got kids racing now. Last year when we were in Reno race, we're coming through staging. I have my grandson with me, and I look over, and there's Corbin and Grayson, and you got staging at the same time. So good stuff going on. But we're here at Hardesty. Man, take us through the last couple of laps going on, and tell us how you're feeling for this weekend, Corbin.
Feeling pretty good. I mean, I just, yeah, like you said, my kid's racing nowadays, so it's kind of been weird. He's not been at the last 2 where we had night shows or nothing, so it's kind of been odd being kidless, but great to be able to kind of focus on myself, you know, and kind of be back healthy the last couple of years. Just been battling some little injuries, and us BMXers were a little crazy. We were kind of race no matter what and race at 70%, 100%. I mean, I don't think we're ever at 100%. So kind of battling that stuff and just been getting healthy the last few months. So it's great to be out here with these young guys and still trying to push myself and push my ability and kind of see where the progressions went the last few years. It's awesome. And then I have my son at home pushing me. So it's great to get out here and mix it up with all the young guys and still keep progressing myself and keep getting better.
I know a big question for me, a big question for all of us. How long is Corbin Shira going to stay in the elite class, and when is Corbin going to move on to the vet pro slash the dad's class over there? What do we got?
There's not an answer to that, I mean, Richard at Daylight's great, and they're behind me no matter what I'm going to do. So, I mean, there's really not an end in sight. And I mean, if there was, I think the Lord would kind of tell me when it's time, and it's not time. So, when that time comes, there's not going to be an announcement. I don't think like, hey, I'm done at the end of the year. I'll probably just hang it up and let Grayson race if that's going to be the decision. So, there's really not one. I've always lived by like you stay in the moment and then race and do what you're doing for your career 100%, and I try not to look too far into the future. I kind of take it race by race, and what we do, you have to be so present, you have to be in the game. If your mind is anywhere else, it's so hard to race mentally and get on the gate with the best in the world if you've got a different plan down the road. So for BMX, you got to be 100% in, and I'm 100% in at least the next few years, and that's just where I'm at. I don't have an ending in sight, and just looking to have fun with my son and kids kind of coming through BMX and just enjoying the sport no matter kind of what class I'm going to race.
That's good stuff right there. You guys heard it right there from Corbin Shira. Really no end in sight, man. So he's just going to keep on racing. Racers race. We know how we like to do it. And good to see you out here, Corbin. Good luck for the rest of the night.
This isn't your typical commercial, because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.
Ready to lock and load in the gate right about now. All right, looks like we're about ready to go. Where are you guys at, Tulsa? Let's make some noise. Round number 3. Locked and loaded, Super X on deck. Backer, Wagner, Smith, Stokes, Kaiser, and Jackson ready to go. Round 3. Who's going to get those low points and who's going to move on to the semi-main event? Let's kick it off again down that first straightaway. Little bar adjustment right there. Lost Wagner and Stokes down the first straightaway. We'll get them checked out right away on to turn number 1. Send it down that 2 straightaway. It's got to be Kaiser on that top spot, bringing this one back through. Coming in and out of that second turn with Jackson on the 2 spot as we ramp things up in and out of turn number 2 down that long 3 straightaway here at Hardesty National Stadium. You got to hit the marks nice and smooth on the way through that 3rd straightaway. Bringing them into that last turn. Backer, Sean Carvajal's LDC comes up for a 3 spot, keeps the points low. Back to the line, but it's all Kaiser wire to wire. Jackson for the 2, Backer for your 3, Smith for the 4 as they come back around. Stokes is getting back up with Wagner over there. Make some noise for those riders. A couple of the ladies in the Super X class, they didn't have enough to make their own class, so they get pushed over onto the side with the men. So give them some love. Give Savannah Stokes a little love as she heads out of that down that first straightaway. She lives to tell about it. Wagner's back up. They're going to finish up their laps right there. Come on, Tulsa, make some noise. Got another one on top of the big hill right now. Stopa, Gunn, Johnson, Waters, Regal, and Sanchez. Who's got the drive on this one down that first straightaway? Rift Tangent, Australia. Stopa going to get things kicked off and fired off out of the first turn. Regal and Waters, a little side-by-side action. Regal takes the big road down the second straightaway, hits the march nice and smooth. Looking for that 2 spot as they drive this one in and out of that second turn. Gunn fires one off down that third straightaway. Everybody's trying to close the doors up right now. Stopa's on the top spot as he runs this one out of that last turn with Waters on the 2. Stopa, Waters still 1-2 down the last straightaway. Regal trying to hold on to that 3 spot. Gunn looking for a low point. Back to the line. He'll settle for the 4 with Sanchez on the 5 as they drive it on back at us. More Super X on deck, ready to go with Holzer, Felker, Gerke, Gould, Stinson, and Ferguson McNeil. Another big drive out of Chris Felker down that first straightaway. Rockstar Rift Tangent Rider raced his first Super X race last weekend out in Derby City. Hit the top of the podium. Looks like he's driving it pretty hard down the second straightaway. Got to be the Major Marshall Gerke. Oh, he's got to pump through the triple going into that second turn, but comes up on a 2 spot. Rockin' Rowdy Holzer down the 3 straight. He's trying to crank things up. Stinson's on the move down the third straightaway into that last turn. Ferguson McNeil slips back to a 5 on the way back home. Last straight action going on with Felker, Gerke, little side-by-side as they drive this one to the stripe. Gerke, Felker, Holzer 1, 2, 3 with Stinson on the 4 as we keep things moving on. Another one on deck ready to go. The elite men, Smith, Sweeney, Wood, Howes, and Shira. Big snaps out of Wood downtown, but Corbin Shira's got the inside. Can he drive this one in and out of that first turn down the second straightaway? Shira, we just had the interview with him. No end in sight for this guy as he heads down that 2 straight in and out of the second turn. Wood comes up on a top spot looking for a low point. Oh, loose Lucas House down the 3 straightaway. Jay Smooth got to get a low point to try to stay in the game right now if he wants to get into that semi-main event on the way out of that last turn. Everybody's charging home on this one. It's all Wood going to take it back down the line. Last straightaway, Shira for the 2. Smith will come in for that 3 with Howes side by side as they drive it across the stripe with another one on deck ready to roll. Austin, Polk, Blee, Davis, and Kennedy. Pretty good shot on the outside over there. Got to be Isaac Kennedy. Win with Chase down the first straightaway. Davis looking for that 3 spot out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Polk, Syndic Colors, goes a little long, lands a little flat, but hangs on for that 2 spot as they head into that second turn. Blee and Austin, the Colorado boys, leaning on each other a little bit out of that second turn, third straightaway. But it's all Isaac Kennedy driving this one out of that last turn, looking for a hot lap, trying to get that lane choice going down the last straightaway, trying to make it happen back to the stripe. And to go, Kennedy, Polk, 1, 2, Davis on the 3, Blee on the 4. Another one locked up on top of the big hill right now. Shaw, Tugas, Villegas, Larson, Cole. Big drive out of Larson on the outside. Looks like Tugas trying to take this one into that first turn. Oh, Canada to turn number 1. Down the second straightaway. Tugas putting a hot lap down with this one. Villegas slipping into that 2 spot as they drive in and out of that second turn. Spencer Cole trying to get a low point going on. Larson trying to get things locked in down that 3 straightaway. Spent a lot of time out here at Hardesty, your current points leader, going into that last turn. It's all Tugas, though, on the top spot as he heads for home down the last straightaway. Larson looking for a 2, doing a little shopping. Villegas will slip into that 2. Larson for the 3, Cole for the 4. as they bring it on back through. Got another one on deck, ready to go. Moore, Elton, Van Kamen, Bacardo, Langford, Bramer. Moore got a big pop on this one. Can he take it for a hot lap down that first straightaway? Tony B trying to get into that too. Big Z, Van Kamen down that second straight. He's trying to look for that second, another low point as he heads into turn number 2, but it's all Moore on the top spot. Oh, little peek over the shoulder right there, in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Moore, Van Kamen, 1-2. The long hair, Langford, he's driving down the 3 straightaway. Elton trying to look for a low point. Tony B slips in. He's on the 3 spot. Down the last straight, we go back to the line. It's all Trenton Moore on that top spot. Big Z back to the line. He'll head for the 2. Looks like Picardo for that 3. Back to the stripe they go. Langford for the 4 as they head back in with Elton on the 5. Some great racing going on right there.
Kind of gap supercross, so didn't end up jumping it, but later on I will.
So you and Stokes in there with the boys. Some good running going on. Good to see that out there. You guys didn't back down for anything. You went for it. So watch out for the Piston, Presley Gould. She'll be doing some outstanding stuff for the Answer Factory team coming up. You know it. Good stuff. We'll see you later.